there, memory keepers. This is Sherry Roth. I'm a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator from Canada, and I'm excited to be here to scrapbook with you today. This is day 8 of my 31 days of scrapbooking tips, and day 8 is to scrap lift or case a layout that you love. And there is a ton of inspiration online. You can find so many different beautiful layouts that you can case. So I've chosen to do this one here, this one with all these circles and just a single photo. Actually, I think she's got more photos just punched in circles there. And this layout was done by Jen Chapin. I believe that's how you pronounce her last name. So I'm going to case that layout, but of course I'm going to use my own product for it. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started. First of all, I've gone ahead and pulled out some of the supplies. So let me explain. This is the picture that I'm going to use. And this is a picture of sunset in Thailand. We had gone to a restaurant, it was just kind of over here, and they had this massive swing, and it just looked like such a beautiful picture, so I snapped the picture, and I just love how it turned out. So I trimmed it down to 3.5 inches by 5. So, and on her layout, she actually has a horizontal photo, but I'm going to do it vertically. So basically, I'm just using her layout as inspiration. So I've gone ahead and I really wanted to pick some soft colors to go with this. So I wanted some yellow to pull in the yellow that's over here. So I picked papers from the Soft Subtles, or the Subtles paper stack, 6x6 paper stack. So I picked out Soft Seafoam, So Saffron, Mint Macaron, and then I picked out a couple patterns from the Bird Ballad DSP pack as well. So I threw in some Petal Pink. I pulled in some of the cardstock that coordinates, and I think I also pulled in some Sahara Sand. So those are kind of the colors that I'm going with. And then I chose to do my circles from an 1.5-inch circle punch. Okay, so I've gone ahead and punched out a bunch of circles that I've got here. And I'm going to do, I believe her layout, it looks like it's 8.5 by 11, and I am going to do 8.5 by 11 because it's going in my traditional, or my regular family album for this year that it was taken. And it was kind of one lone picture, and I love to mix up the pages. So I'm just gonna slide in an 8.5 by 11 page protector in there. So now I'm going to kind of just randomly position. I'll go through this and just see if I like the positioning of all these and make sure that they're going the patterns are going the right way as well when I'm ready to stick them down. Okay, let's see here. It's gonna take me a while to stick these down. Okay, I have this extra photo, and I thought, I don't know, it's exactly the same. Thought it might be fun to kind of punch out maybe a couple areas in the photo and replace some of these. Maybe this one. I think I'll just do the one. Okay, so I think I'm okay. I don't like these two side by side because that's 2 cardstocks. So let's see if I can, oh, and this match. So let's do this. It's a little tricky here. Let's switch that one around. It's so nice that the paper is two-sided. Okay. So that didn't really help me up here, did it? I still have a cardstock. Let's see. We could switch. That for that, but then I've got two pinks side by side. What if I did that? How's that? Okay, I think that's good. So now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna start sticking everything down, and I am going to use my ruler. So can you guys see that? Move it up a little bit. I'm gonna start at the bottom, and I'm gonna stick my picture down first. So I'm using a quilting ruler, lining it up with the edge, and I want it's about 1 3/4 of an inch. And yeah, so then I'll stick that down. And I want to leave a little bit of room, about 1/8 of an inch on the right hand side. Okay. So now I'm just going to go ahead and I'm going to start sticking my circles down. Okay, so all my circles are down. So now I'm going to take my scissors and trim off all these excess ones. Anything that hangs over the edge, I'm just going to give it a trim. Love how that looks. Love the colors. Okay, so now she had her title over here, so I'm going to put my title over there as well. I am going to use some stamps. These are letters for you. They're from Stampin' Up. However, they are retired now. They're no longer available. And I want to do a line so I can make sure that I stamp. Actually, you know what? I'm not even going to worry about doing a line. I want to pull in the yellow, so I'm going to stamp them in So Saffron. Okay, so now my title is done. Now what I've done, or what I'm going to do, is I have these, I love these little short phrases. They're little stickers. These particular ones are from Tim Holtz, and it's called Small Talk, and it's got black and white. So I've gone ahead and I've picked out a few that I think would work well, with this photo. So this one says, travel the world over to find the beautiful, and I think that's so fitting for this stamp set. So I'm just gonna kind of put these, let's see, I kind of want that centered there. Okay, so I'm gonna stick that there. This one says, adventure is worthwhile. And then there is beauty in simplicity. I think I'm going to trim this one. So it's in 2 lines. And put it right here on the corner of the photo. And then adventure is worthwhile, I think I'll put right here. I always like to do things in 3, so I've got 3 of them. Okay, and now she had kind of some little random embellishments. So or enamel shapes, I guess I should say. So instead of enamel shapes, I am going to use some iridescent sequins. And these are kind of in similar colors. So I'm gonna use my take your pick tool, which has a little sticky end, so I can kind of pick out the ones I want to use. So let's see here. Let's do, not sure what these colors are gonna look like, so I'm just gonna give them, try them out here. I don't know that I like the pink. Let's try the orange. Don't like the orange. It's not yellowy enough. These may not work for what I want here. Let's try the green. Oh, that looks more silvery. That works better. Okay, so I'm gonna pick out a few of these and just kind of sporadically put them around the pages, or the page. And there's a few different sizes in here. So I'm going to position them where I think I want them first before I stick them down. Oh, that's the wrong color. And I'm going to do an odd number. Okay, so now I'll just add a dot of Tombow and stick those on. Okay, so the other thing that I did was I pulled out some little embellishments that kind of I thought might coordinate. I'm not sure I'm going to use them. I've got this little star. I don't know, let's see. Let's see how it looks. So there was only one star left on there. Got this word beautiful, but I think since I've got my 3 words, I think I'm gonna leave it. Hi, happy place. The colors aren't quite right for the happy place. So I think that's it from that. I don't know that I'm gonna use any of these either. Nope, I think I'll pass on that. But I do like that star. I wanna see if I can pull in some more stars. So I've got my little enamel shapes all organized by color. So I grabbed my yellow bag And I know at one time we carried stars, and it looks like I've got, there's one more there. Here's a few more. Okay. All right, so I'm going to bring in that star motif again in a couple other areas here. I just have to figure out where. Do I want to put it next to the sequence, or do I want to keep it next to the words? Maybe I want to keep it next to the words. There we go. Okay. And I pulled out these little vellum leaves. They were left over from some kits, some past kits, but I'm not sure. I don't even know if it's needed. I think I'm just gonna leave it. I really like how this looks. I love the colors. It's a nice simple layout. So that was scrapbooking tip number 8, is to scrap lift or case a layout that you love. That's a great way if you've hit a creative roadblock or you're just stumped, you don't know where to start. I would suggest go on Pinterest, find a layout you love, pick your photo, pick the supplies that you want to use. Remember, you don't have to have the same supplies. So let me pull in the layout again. So this was from Jen Chapin, I think it was. So there's my version of her layout. So I mimicked the circles. I mimicked where the title was. My photo was going a different direction, but I still made it work for me. So I hope you enjoyed that, and be sure to check out my blog at stamptreasures.com so that you can follow along on the 31 days of scrapbooking tips. All right, thanks so much for watching.